Welcome to Business English Solutions with Gift Chide Alta. And remember, we are still dealing with some of the courses related or required for MVQ. And during our last episode, we looked at effective communication in health and social care. And we looked at what constitutes or what makes communication effective. And we say that in our last teaching, that communication will be effective when it's clear and simple, when the interlocutors avoid all forms of jargon, when people listen effectively, when you use the appropriate communication method that will suit your interlocutor, when you show empathy and respect, and when you check understanding through feedback. These are the things that will really make communication effective. So on today's episode, we are going to look at a very important topic. We want to know why it's very important for people to observe individuals' reactions during communication. When you are communicating with someone, it's very important for you to look at, observe the person's reactions. What it helps us to do is that it helps to check understanding. People's, body language, facial expressions, and responses show whether they really understand what is being communicated to them. So when you are explaining a new routine to someone, and you see a confused facial expression, what does it indicate? It indicates that that person needs further explanation. So you need to go further to, make the person understand what you're saying. And again, checking people's facial expressions or responses, help you to identify emotional responses. Observations or reactions, help you to recognize when someone is feeling anxious, when someone is fearful or sad, or even happy. So it helps you to actually know the emotional responses or state or status of the person you are, communicating with. For instance, if you are explaining maybe a medication routine to a patient and the person becomes tearful, you need reassurance. It shows that the person is already expressing anxiety based on the explanation you have given him. So such a person needs reassurance and emotional support. Then observing people's reactions during communication helps you to adapt to communication needs. If you are talking with someone verbally and the person does not understand, through facial expression or body language, you can adapt, you can change the communication method, you can use non-verbal cues, you can use gestures and maybe demonstration to make sure that the person, understands what you are, telling him. Then it helps you to promote safety and welfare. When you look at someone's behavior or reaction, there is a change of behavior or non-verbal response, signals, and it shows you that maybe the person is in pain or distress or has safeguarding concern. What are you supposed to do? You need to pause at that moment. Assuming that you're giving a service user personal care and the person's countenance changes poorly, what do you need? You need to pause at that moment and check the person's concern and before you be able to continue. Then looking at people's reactions, help you to build trust and positive relationship. Paying attention to people's reactions when you communicate shows that you have empathy, you have respect, and you're practicing active listening, and you help the person feel valued. So these are very important. When we are communicating with people, it's very important that we look at their reactions, their body language, their facial expressions, to really know whether they are in consonance with what we are doing or whether they are showing any form of anxiety. And that will help you to be able to, to adapt to the communication method or to actively listen to the person to know what is really the concern. So I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Remember to like and share and wait for the next teaching. Until then, bye.